Prior to the 2012 football season, the Aggies first in the SEC, Johnny Manziel won the quarterback competition in the preseason. Much of the 12th man didn't know what they were going to get with the redshirt freshman as the starter. What they did get was, quite frankly, unforgettable.
There's been very few moments in all my time watching, covering, cheering for A&M sports where you'd arrive at the arena no matter who the opponent was, no matter what the situation was, no matter what the down and distance was, and feel like there was no way the other team could stop you. I've never seen anything like it.
Johnny Manziel took Aggies on a memorable ride in 2012, a ride that gained full steam in Tuscaloosa on November 10th.
Four-man Alabama rush. Got him. No, they didn't. Oh, my gracious.
Yep.
How about that?
The 2012 regular season ended with Johnny hoisting the greatest individual prize in college football, the Heisman Trophy.
And when they called his name, I'll never forget the goosebumps that I know every Aggie felt. Storming the gates of the SEC the way this team did, with number 2 leading the way, without Johnny and that season, where would A&M be in the SEC today?
After leading the Aggies to an 11-2 record and a Cotton Bowl victory in their first season as a member of the SEC, Johnny was invited back to New York City as a Heisman finalist again in 2013. There is no forgetting his will to win or his wow factor. He'll live long with the Aggies.
Johnny Football with a night to remember. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
Add another night to remember to his Aggie legacy. Ladies and gentlemen, Hall of Fame inductee and the 2012 Heisman Trophy winner, Johnny Manziel.
10 years, huh? As time flies when you're having fun, and mostly at Northgate when you're in town. I sat here for, a couple months knowing that this was coming, and I kept coming back to one thing. I am extremely, extremely grateful to be a fighting Texas Aggie. I am extremely grateful to be inducted into this Hall of Fame class with 2 of my brothers, with multiple of my other brothers in this arena right now. Let me paint a little picture for you of how I'm able to sit here today and be on this stage at 29 years old. I feel like now in my life I've lived a dream. I have lived and done every single thing I could have ever imagined or wanted to by the time I'm 30 years old. I am beyond blessed. I am beyond thankful for each and every Aggie in this room that supported me through the good, through the bad, and through times that really just didn't even make sense for me. When I got to Kerrville-Tybee, I had one goal of trying to get an athletic scholarship. Sophomore year, nothing. Junior year, not very many. It wasn't until I had committed to the University of Oregon that I finally got the attention of some coaches from Texas A&M. And I remember having the hardest decision I had ever had to make, and my high school coach, Mark Smith, made me call Chip Kelly and decommit. And when I talked to Coach Kelly on the phone, he kind of laughed, and he said, if you want to go play for a team that goes 6-6 and plays in the Poo Poo Bowl every year, by all means, go to Texas A&M. And I got off the phone with him, and I hung up, and I called Mike Sherman, and I committed to Texas A&M within the hour. During this time, my family was moving from Kerrville to go back to Tyler, and my stuff to go to Reveille Ranch was on the back of the U-Haul. So my mom pretty much just pulled over on the side of the road, threw me out at Reveille Ranch, and said, have fun. And at that point in my life, I was just excited to be on my own, learning what freedom was about, going to school, and having my dream at that time fulfilled of being able to not have my parents have to pay for my school and be able to go to an amazing university like Texas A&M. This was January of 2011. Little did I know what was going to come over the course of the next 12 to 14 months. Sometime around that spring, and I haven't told this story in a long time, but I have to thank one of my teammates that really helped me get here, and that man is Sean Porter. Sean played in San Antonio as well, and was a guy I looked up to, a guy that helped take me under his wing when I got here. And I walked into a bar walking around Northgate last night, and I thought of a story of me having to call him because I got my first minor in possession of alcohol. And I'll never forget the talk we had in the car and how stern he was and how serious he was. And for my next years, he was that big brother to me and a guy that really helped me out on a time where I was straying a little bit. I get here and I get surrounded by guys like Mike Evans, Luke and Matt Jokel, Ryan Swope, staples in my life during my time here. I was just another guy. I was thrown into the workouts from Coach K with the running backs and the DBs, didn't know where I was going to play or what my career really looked like here at A&M. By December of 2011, we're getting ready to go play in the Meineke Car Care Bowl, I believe, in Houston. And I reached my point where football was not very fun for me anymore. And I remember calling my mom and my dad and telling them I think it was time to make a switch and go play baseball, my first true love. Within a week, we had a new coaching staff in place, and a guy by the name of Cliff Kingsbury came in, who I will forever, forever be grateful for. He believed in me, and he gave me an opportunity no matter what was going on in my personal life or how bad I was playing throughout the spring. I started 2012 fourth on the depth chart and really struggling to see any kind of promise at the quarterback position. This is where my family, I'm very thankful for. They really put the hammer down on me to go and find my potential and find who I was as a quarterback and who I was as a football player, something that they felt that I was put on this earth for. My mom sent me to San Diego, California to go work with a quarterback coach by the name of George Whitfield. And I come back, and within 11 days, I walked into Coach Kingsbury's office, and he named me the starter for our football team that year. That wasn't really when life changed. You know, our first game of that year was the Florida Gators. We lost, and I lived on Pershing Avenue right over here from the stadium, and I walked home and had about 60 for sale signs in my yard. And I remember thinking, welcome to the SEC. This is going to get interesting. Little did I know, 4 months later, I would be standing in a stage in New York City, accepting an award that changed my life forever. A lot of people come up to me and talk about that Alabama game and talk about that Heisman Trophy. The sport that I played is not an individual sport. No matter what I did, no matter what passes, I needed Mike. I needed Luke. I needed guys to go make plays for me. And a lot of people credit what's happened here solely because of me. You know, I would not be where I am today or what I have done what I did on the football field without my brothers that are in this room and each person that put on that maroon and white jersey with me every single Saturday. I'm truly, truly thankful for each and every one of you. You know, a lot's happened since that 2012 season. You know, a brief stint in the National Football League and a lot of time for me trying to find out what life looks like next. Every time I ask myself what I love or what really my passion is in life, you know, I always find my way back to this school and back to this city. I think it's really funny for me. When I was an 18-year-old kid, I used to drive really fast going away from College Station. And now, coming here to do this, or anytime I come to a game, I drive even faster, coming back into the city limits. This place has done absolute wonders for me and put me in a position to where I can do anything that I want to do in life. I am so blessed and so thankful for the Letterman's Committee to be able to allow me to be in this prestigious class. I am thankful for each and every Aggie in this room that never gave up on me when times weren't very good for myself. You know, it would be very easy to turn your back on some of the things that I was doing in my life, and I live with a lot of regret. But at the same time, I live with a lot of pride of being an Aggie and what this school means to me and what it molded me into today. I look forward to continuing to try and use my influence and who I am as a person to bring this place to heights that we haven't even seen before. When I stepped on campus in 2011, it didn't look like this. The stadium didn't look like this. We didn't have the buzz that we have today, and it truly is something special. I truly feel honored and blessed to have been a part to get this school to where we are today. I am humbled and very honored to be on this stage receiving this award with each and every one of you that's getting inducted. From the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you very much. I am truly honored and truly blessed. And I guess I got to say the same thing I did at the end of my Heisman speech. Thanks and giggle.